All right, folks, here we are again dealing with sine law. Just going to do some examples now, sort of a review sort of material on finding missing sides and angles. So just a couple of those. First one's a multiple choice question. It says, what is the measure of side C in the acute triangle? So we start by labeling everything up. We've got an A, B, and C angle, which leaves us with, we've already got a side C down here. So this one would be angle A makes side A across from it, and angle B makes side B across from it. And if you check to see if you have the right pattern, you do have the known pair of opposites in the B's. But over here, look at this. That's no good to us because we don't want to find we don't want to find side A, we want to find side C. But we don't know what's opposite side C here. Aha, very common trick to get with sine law questions. However, we should know that the sum of all the angles in a right or in any triangle, adds up to 180 degrees. So if we want to find angle C, we just sort of do this initial step of subtracting both of the other angles from 180 degrees. And that should give us the grand total that we're looking for angle C. Let's see, 180 minus 57 and subtract 76.6 gives us 46.4 degrees, if my arithmetic is correct. So what we've got here is 46.4 degrees, and that's going up here in this little spot. So now we do have everything we need. So we're going to set up our sine law with C over the sine of angle C, which is 46.4. And that's going to be equal to B over the sine of angle B, so 29 over sine 76.6. And we don't have to actually use any of the A business in our sine law. We did use it to help us get there, though. So C is going to be equal to, when we follow through all the algebraic steps that we've learned already, sine of 46.4 degrees divided by the sine of 76.6. And the magic of any good calculator should help us out here. So we're going to take 29 multiplied by the sine of 46.4, and then divide it by the sine of 76.6, and that gives us 21.6 for our answer. So we have 21.6 units for our answer, and it looks like if this is multiple choice, answer A is probably right on the money. Okay, so if you were to check out some of these other answers that are given here, it's most likely that they use stuff that tried to trick you. So this one right here, the 46.4, that was the angle that we had. Look at that. That was kind of tricky. And the 25 is the actual answer you get if you use the sine law, but you mistakenly use cosine instead of sine. Tricky again. And the last one here, this 43.6, that would be the actual angle if you did use the sine law to come up with that using cosine instead of sine. That would have been the angle you needed. So we've got to be on our toes with all this stuff, always trying to trick us with multiple choice questions. Okay, let's look at one where we have to find the length of a missing angle, or the measure, of a missing angle. And in this case, if we check the pattern, we're off to the races to get started. So we can say that sine theta over its opposite, which is 39.8. Notice I'm skipping all the labeling and stuff. After you get used to this, you see your opposites and you can set it up right away. It goes a lot faster. Over 37. So all I have to do now to find theta is do my cross multiply dance again. I've got 37 sine theta is going to be equal to 39.8 sine 65. And then I divide both sides by 37, and I end up with sine theta equals 39.8 sine 65 all over 37. So we'll evaluate that and get a value for sine theta first of all. So 39.8 times sine 65 divided by 37 is equal to 0.9749. So this one is 0.9749. Then to get theta, we'll have to use the inverse sign. And again, you might not be used to writing this step out, but that's okay. I'm just showing you what I'm doing in my calculator here, more or less. 0.9749 with the inverse sign. And that gives us 77.1 degrees roughly. So we're going to call that about 77.1 degrees, and we're all happy with a nice angle for theta. Okay? So that's a couple of examples of how we do this for finding missing sides and missing angles. One of the multiple choice with a little bit of a trick thrown in there, but these are all the same steps to the procedure that we used before when we were doing our instruction on this stuff, And that's it, folks. Sine law in a nutshell. Good luck.